I'm stitching a portrait of my cat Theo. I'm using this reference picture specifically. He's so majestic. For part 1, I used Procreate on my iPad. To make the line drawing, I traced the most obvious shapes first, his outline eyebrows and his little muzzle, and then went back in with smaller strokes until I was happy with the number of guidelines I had. I also drew a stitch direction map. The stitch direction should follow the fur, so understanding and following how the fur lays should, in theory, make his portrait look more realistic. I decided the next step should be to stitch a sample, partially because I was pretty tired of looking at a screen during what was supposed to be embroidery time. So I pulled some Theo colored threads from my stash, selected a little square inch section from the photo, and got to work. I'm glad I did because I really wasn't happy with the color range I ended up with, so back to the screen I went. I opened my photo in the Illustrator iPad app and asked it to vectorize. When you do this, it gives you a slider to select how many colors you'd like to include, and I fussed around with that until I felt like I had achieved a good balance of enough shade variety but not an overwhelming number of options. Then I selected each of the colors, copied their codes, and pasted them into this handy-dandy tool. Threadcolors.com gives you the closest DMC color shade to an RGB value. I used this tool to make my list of all the thread color codes I thought I'd need, cross-checked it against my stash, and went shopping for the rest. After all the winding and labeling and sorting was done, I decided to make another sample. I selected another square inch of Theo's fur from the reference image and ended up using 8 colors this time. I still have some more planning and testing to do before I start, but this is already shaping up to be such a fun puzzle. I'll share some extra resources and tips in the caption if you'd like to stitch along.